Hello, hello, and welcome back for the last hurrah of House Cleaver in Perfidious Pete Plays Sheltered. Incoming radio transmission from Wally and Beaver. That's going to have to wait a moment because, yes, you heard right. Like a succulent lamb roast fresh from June Cleaver's ovens, I'm dabbing some mint sauce on Sheltered, jabbing a fork in it, and calling it done. It's been a straight-up eternity since anything interesting at all has happened in Sheltered, and it really feels like I should be arguing with my best friend about what I did with my shoes, trying to hang myself from a nearby tree, and wondering if maybe today's the day when Godot will finally arrive. Just nothing has happened. This has become a play about nothing. It really has. And I don't know if it has something to do with the way that I've played the game, or it's simply an unlikely expected run of good luck, maybe? I don't know. But Sheltered has been real dull. Our Shelter has never been raided, other than like the very early part of the early game. I don't really feel like we've been in any kind of danger whatsoever. We haven't found a foe that Wally couldn't hack to pieces in a single heartbeat in like 10, 15 episodes. There's no sign that the situation is ever likely to change. I sort of feel as if Sheltered has been beaten. Given no changes or anything, I don't foresee a situation where we ever lose control of the Shelter. We've done it. We've sort of triumphed. We could expand it even further and make our already fairly self-sustaining Shelter even more self-sustaining. I think ultimately we could even get to a situation where we didn't even have to send people out to go explore or raid anymore. We'd just be sitting around repairing our own stuff. Large hardware store that has some things. So this is your last chance here, Sheltered. I mean, if you're gonna throw something unexpected my way, you better start pitching that shit at us pretty much immediately. Recycling, 24 minutes of recycling. Well, that recycling is never gonna finish. Integrity. The water condenser just is slowly collecting water. I mean, we can grow food, we can collect water. What else is there to do? And I understand there is more to Sheltered. Yeah, sure, go hack somebody apart, Wally. I mean, this may be your last chance to murder someone in cold blood, so you should probably seize it. There are other maps, but I don't understand what the point of going to another map would be. Oh, well, it's harder. Well, it would just be the same thing again, except slightly more difficult. Hey, how have you been out here? Jason says nothing, mostly because he's probably rocking that sweet bandana and too confused by his own headgear to have a simple thought. We're gonna bully you because there's no way in hell you have any chance of even theoretically threatening us. I don't understand bully either. In all the times that we have ever bullied anyone, even we have them just grossly outmatched, say now for instance, bullying has not reduced or produced a situation where somebody's like, you know what, I'm completely gonna get murdered by Wally Cleaver here. He will chop me into tiny chunklets. I should give him everything I own, run like hell, and just pray that he doesn't still hunt me down because he's a murderous savage. We just chopped that man apart. And yes, maybe the enemies are more difficult on more difficult maps and we could increase the challenge, but I don't want to do all of the same stuff again. I don't think a more increased or difficult challenge is intriguing enough to make me do all of this stuff over again. It can't be more difficult enough without just being punishingly unfun to make me even want to try. And the other thing is, also, from not just a gameplay standpoint, but like from a narrative standpoint, what purpose would that serve? Why would the Cleavers deliberately, in the apocalypse, I mean, this is the apocalypse, survival, theoretically, is our goal. We just want to live. We want to survive and thrive. Why the hell would we leave a Shelter that we already have perfectly set up for survival? We've sort of optimized our situation here. Why would we abandon this Shelter that we have worked, fought, bled, murdered, killed, stolen, and otherwise committed awful crimes against mankind for? I lured hobos to their doom and ate them in order to establish this. Why would I give that up? That doesn't make any kind of sense. You lure a couple hobos to your doom, you're gonna, it develops a bond between what you've established. We killed transients in order to achieve this. I'm not just gonna piss it all away to take a ride in a Winnebago. That just doesn't make any kind of sense whatsoever. In the meantime, is there anything we could do to maybe, here, water the plant? I mean, our people don't even really have anything to do. They're just all kind of standing around like assholes. We can sleep in a bed. We can wander around and randomly, pointlessly sort of fix stuff. Somebody in a small scrapyard, they want to talk. You should get involved. My only real desire is for you to find in this small scrapyard, like the clutch cable or fan belt or whatever the hell it is we were looking for. Thomas asked what we want. He's probably a flesh-eating cannibal. Here, Wally, why don't you talk? Let's probe a little and find out. Specifically, I'm gonna probe your innards with this axe. I'm gonna probe your delicious, warm, still-beating guts. Rip them from your torso and use them to make sausage out of your legs. You're gonna eat my skin, eyes, and organs, then you're gonna make tools out of my bone. 5 tools that will serve me in the years to come. Thomas, I think you're gonna be real fucking disappointed, buddy. See your little friend here, Daniel? Daniel's gonna be dead before you even get a chance. Ooh, Daniel put up a bit of a fight. Alright, Dan. Let's do this. You want to dance, Thomas and Daniel? Oh, we'll take you to the dance. You have disarmed Wally Cleaver's axe and then clubbed him in the head. Alright, clearly these guys know who the threat is. It's not gonna matter, though. Wally Cleaver is still gonna murder. Wally Cleaver doesn't... This guy is unstoppable. Wally, you're slipping, buddy. Look at you. Beaver is showing you up. What the hell, Wally Cleaver? You're supposed to be the world's premier axe murderer, and here at the 11th hour, you just fucking fall apart and your brother has to carry you? Look at... Wally's getting punked. He's getting owned. Wally! Maybe Wally's turned over a new leaf here at the end of House Cleaver. Maybe he's decided he no longer cares to be cruelly sharp. Maybe he has decided it's time to be a kinder, gentler Wally. Yeah, I mean, he still punched a bitch dead, but... You got carried on that one, Wally. I don't know, maybe that hesitancy showed there in that fight is just a kind of example. Maybe Wally's bored too. Maybe he's done so much killing, it's just he's tired of it. He's like, I don't want to kill anymore. Not because I've lost my taste for it, Pete. I don't necessarily think it's wrong, or I don't have any kind of like lingering trauma or anything like that. I'm bored of it. I've killed so many people now. I've killed so many, Pete, so many. I just don't want to kill anymore. There's got to be more to life than this, wandering on the wasteland pointlessly, murdering everyone I find for no particular reason. There's got to be more to life than this. Charles, I didn't even know where you're at. Our shelter's getting so large now, we can't even really keep track of everybody. Are you in a shower, Charles? You're in a shower. Well, here, fix that. Oh, you were taking a dump. Sorry. I've interrupted you while you were pooping. I gotta lie, I feel a little bit guilty about that. Boy, I'm glad we're scanning these radio frequencies, because, man, that really seems to produce huge results. No, not what I wanted to do. Yeah, small house. What did you find? Bunch of garbage I don't give a shit about. You know what? Just leave it. I don't even care. At this point, we don't really have to care. Scan the frequencies. That way you can at least be doing something that looks productive. Donna, who told you could come back inside? Nobody. Go fix that and go fix that. Don't come back until it's done. Sure, find a large house and take whatever's inside. Fix this, then go fix that. When you're done, then go fix this. Anything else need repaired? Sure, go fix that. Helen, I don't know, fix the stove, I guess. Water the plant, maybe? Nah, soil's already moist. I suppose you could fix it, though. Large house, interested, sure. We're down to 38 water, but then, it started raining, so we don't really have much to worry about. We have more food than we could ever eat. I don't care about any of this shit. I'll take the cement, fine. That's all I can be bothered to care about. Seeds and cement. There's nothing left for us here. This is it. We have defeated the apocalypse. America's premier nuclear family turns out to have been too nuclear for the apocalypse. The apocalypse was like, I just can't compare to this. These guys, they've trumped me. They've gone full Trump meta on us. They've done the old switcheroo. They've won the nomination to everyone's chagrin, including my own. I don't know what else to do. We've achieved everything we ever wanted to achieve. There's nothing left. Who's this dude wandering around in the rain? What's up, Mike? Medium dust storm on the surface. Mike Marasek is just wandering around like an asshole. What's up, Mike? Helen, maybe don't just wander outside without a radiation suit. That seems like a terrible idea. Donna, come in and return the suit and then take care of your own needs. Everybody else just idle. What are you gonna do? Just mill around. Did we find a fucking clutch cable? No, we found the same battery and fucking alternator that we found 35 times that I still don't give a single shit about. Alternator, battery, no clutch cable or whatever shit it was. At this point, I don't even care about the Winnebago. I say we just leave it out there and let the damn thing rust. Oh, we're out of power. Somebody should put some fuel in the generator, I guess. I don't know. We have 8 trillion tons of fuel. It barely seems to matter. Oxygen is plummeting at a precipitous rate, but we just fixed that, so. Add fuel. We're never going to run out of fuel. We deliberately leave the shit lying behind on the ground. That's how little we care about the fuel. John Voight would be very disappointed in this. He'd be like, I heard that you had the fuel. You must give me the fuel so that I could make the Anacondas movie. And I'd be like, here you go. Here's all the fuel you need, John Voight. Just get out of my face. Stop doing your Mr. Frito Bandito, Captain Permagrimace leer at me. Go make, like, vaguely sort of sexually threatening references to Jennifer Lopez. Maybe engineer the death of Eric Stoltz. What do I care at this point? I don't. Throw Carrie Werner off the side of the boat and feed her to a snake. I don't give a shit. How you been, Steven? Well, from the looks of things, not too good since he's missing an eye. We're gonna bully you because I bully everyone. It'll only hurt if you make it happen, Steven. You should really just lie down and take it. Well, for a moment we thought Wally had turned over a new leaf, but that's not the case. Maybe he's just having a bad day while he's in a bit of a killing slump. It's like the Killing Joke, except not funny. Much like this episode. Too real, Pete? Too real. Okay. Wally's strength and dexterity continue to climb, as does his trauma, as does his kill count. Somebody should go back and just figure out how many people specifically Wally Cleaver has murdered at this point. I would be genuinely curious to know how many poor souls he has slaughtered. How many has he reaped for Lord Corn? It's a blood for the blood god. I guess he's just throwing heads at the base of the brass throne. Anything, Sheltered? Like something exciting. We have the parts to upgrade a system. No shit, Ward. No shit. What are you upgrading this thing even do? I've never upgraded my generator because there has legitimately never been a need. We could give it better efficiency. Sure, let's make it take less fuel. Why the hell not? Let's make it take less of the thing we already have so much of that I can't use it all. We could burn it, I guess. We could just go outside and just start a giant gasoline fire for no reason. It'd be something to do. Pass the time. Help entertain the crowds. We could roast weenies if we had weenies. I suppose we could, we've got a deer out here. We could make some kind of like impromptu hot dog out of deer meat. Venison hot dogs? I would eat them. If somebody said, hey, you want to try some venison hot dogs, Pete? I'd be like, yeah, what's not to like? I like venison. It's probably pretty good. Hot dogs. Can't go wrong. It's got to be, just throw some spices in there. Maybe a little like ground black peppercorns. I'm sure it'll be just fine. It'll cook up good. Then we try them, and they'd be, every bit as just average as we kind of suspect. And be like, yeah, okay. Yeah, venison hot dogs. Yeah, it's fine. Do we have to actually collect the water out of this thing? Just go collect the water. I don't even care who does it. It doesn't matter. Charles, are you doing it, or are you just going to go over there and stare at it? Just going to go over there and stare at it. Yep, there it is. Water collector. Charles, you're expressing everything I've ever felt about Sheltered, actually. Just be like, yep, water filter. There it is. Look at it. Collecting moisture. Boy. Also, this thing seems like a sort of a terrible investment. It does not produce a whole hell of a lot of water. For the amount of resources it took to build, it should really be cranking out, I don't know, more water. Then again, who cares? We don't need water. It rains enough. It doesn't matter. Little water cooler conversation here between Ward Cleaver and his buxom bevy of twin beauties. Hey, June, you want to go check that? Ward is not only 2-timing you, girl. He's 3-timing you. It's the best time ever to throw down with Ward. Just cancel the whole thing, call the whole thing off, and get with me, Perfidious Pete, the man who has led you to this triumph of apocalypse survival. This has been my doing, June. I have engineered and constructed this. I did it all for you, June. I did it all for you. All of it, June. I did it all for you, man. All the plants, all of the murder, all the times we shared together, all the fun, all the tragedy, all the pain, all the hobos we ate. All of it was for you, June Cleaver. Every last bit. And you don't even care, do you? Yeah, I can tell you don't care. She doesn't care. You're kind of heartless, June Cleaver. Kind of heartless. Did everybody get enough water, is the question. It seems like everybody's really using a lot of water. Or is it because we're showering? Somebody's taking a shower. Alright, fine, whatever. Taking a shower. Something, guys? Anybody? They're not even conversing. That's the really troubling part. They're not even willing to, like, converse with each other. Because they just don't care. The life has been sucked out of House Cleaver. They're like, cruelly sharp, yeah, okay. Sure, Pete, House Cleaver, cruelly sharp. Everybody really is... I need to go take out my frustrations, actually. I'm going to go hit this punching bag for a while. We might have to disable the shower and let everybody be stinky for a couple days, because water really is plummeting. Although we did spend an absolute truckload of water to send Wally and the Beaver out on a pointless expedition to look for a chunk of this Winnebago that we didn't need. What's that noise? Sounds like running water. Why am I hearing running water? Oh, somebody's in a shower. Who the hell is Francis Weber? Oh, that's good guy Francis. Duh. He's only lived here for a while. See, I don't even remember the people that live in my shelter anymore. I care so little about their lives and importance and livelihood that I don't even give a shit. We also just filled their freezer with meat. Wally has increased his perception. Hooray! He can fail to find even more important shit out in the wilderness. June, fix that punching bag. Well, we've come to the end of me. Wally and the Beef brought back 69 water, so sure. I mean, by the time we get low on water again, it will already have rained. Our journal updated? It's blinking. That was an unfortunate expedition for those people that we killed. It could have been easily avoided, but we always fight fire with fire. I suppose we could go back and review the journal. I'm guessing most of the journal entries are just going to be murdered people, murdered people, murdered people, murdered people. Betty joined the chat. Murdered a bunch of people. Killed a bunch of starving people. Killed people. Killed people. Killed people. Killed people. Killed people. Murdered people. Traded with a guy. Killed people. Somebody got sick, then we killed them. Somebody got sick, then we ate them. Murdered a bunch of people, murdered a bunch of people. I don't care about life anymore. Everything is horrible. The apocalypse, I wish I had just died in the initial explosion. Because honestly, survival is too boring to be worthwhile. Didn't I build a bookshelf? I did. Oh no, that's a pantry. I have never built any kind of entertainment for anybody in this shelter. Wally turned a weakness trait into a strength trait, because of course he did. Wally also has food poisoning because he ate while he was filthy, because he's an asshole. Beaver, you know what? Just get up and go take a goddamn shower right now. I'm waking you up to shower so I don't have to watch you vomit. Then again, hey, our sheltered playthrough wouldn't be complete unless somebody else had deliberately poisoned themselves by wiping their ass with their bare hands and then just using them to make raw chicken. I hate all of you. Everyone. Except for you, June Cleaver. You're the only one I don't hate. You know what, cat? This is how we're going to end the episode. We're going to watch this cat starve to death. That's how I want things to end. I am so sick of this cat shitting on my floors, eating all of my food. We should just let it starve. Just sit back and watch the world die. It's the 85 days, and if we have an eternity of this left in the apocalypse, I'm not sure I want to live anymore. We don't have anything to live for at this point. We really, really don't. I can't even listen to the cat. Just fill its bowl. Shut up, please, cat. For the love of God. I exist in this shelter. You think the cat is hungry. I just fed it you. I exist in this shelter for the sole purpose now of just keeping the cat happy. What's wrong with Beaver? He also has food poisoning. Well, quick, better go make another meal then, Beav. I'm not sure how you got food poisoning even though you didn't eat before I had you take a shower. Betty, welcome to the shelter. Grab the mop, grab the bucket, and you can go clean up puke. How much medicine do we have? A ridiculous amount. This is the grim future of sheltered right here. Wandering around, cleaning up the vomit of people who have deliberately poisoned themselves. Someone is at the intercom. I bet they want to join our shelter. Something is chasing you? Close call with a group of mutants. You ran quickly with all this junk. You want to trade? You'll give me a good deal. I'm sure. Let's trade. Boy, it's a fantastic deal. 2 old cigarette lighters, a roll of duct tape, 5... You know what? Get out of my shelter. Yeah, I want to cancel this trade. Fuck off, Betty. I hate you. The water condenser does not produce water especially fast. I'm to the point now, though, where I don't even care if everybody dies of thirst. What difference does it make? There's nothing to live for. The apocalypse... This is the doom of humanity. Until we can go back up to the surface, we're just existing. That's what we're doing. This is the true horror of the apocalypse right here. The knowledge that no matter what you do, it doesn't matter. It's just going to be more of this tomorrow. More of the same thing that you experience today, tomorrow. And that thing that you experience today and that you will experience again tomorrow is the unrelenting, abject horror of the complete boredom of your own existence. Some of my plants are ready to harvest. Well, let's go harvest those because that's important. We'll get a bunch of food that we probably can't even store because we're so full of food. There you go, Ward Cleaver. Somebody go hit the pantry. I don't know, looks like we sent Betty to do it because Betty is the new, I don't know, the new June Cleaver. She's the one who does everything now. Make Betty do it. We've been here too long and I'm too lazy to actually work anymore. Beaver at least conveniently threw up on her mop that time. He's like, I'm sorry, here. Just let me do it on the mop. Is anybody harvesting this? Harvest these. These are just standing around like assholes waiting for the plants to slowly dry up and die. Just because we have everything we could ever want, or rather not want, but need. Just because we have everything we could ever need in this apocalypse, doesn't mean we should be a bunch of wasteful slubs. Plant some seeds. And water the plants. The other thing, too, is, I mean, even if we got into a situation where we ran into, like, a negative resource, if we were running out of stuff, all we'd have to do is kick some people out of the shelter or kill them. Probably we'd kill them. I mean, Betty's a recent addition. We just let her in out of the kindness of our heart. If we wanted to, we just kill and eat Betty. There's no real drawback for cannibalism that I've been able to determine. We cannibalized a half a dozen hobos. Didn't seem to have any long-term lasting effects, except on my humble psyche. So, you know what? Beaver's cured of food poisoning. I'm cured of sheltered. This is it. This is done. The final finale. Sheltered has ended not with a bang, but with a whimper. I'm not really that sorry to see it go. I did enjoy it early on. Sheltered was good, but it's just, you know, it's kind of like an unwelcome guest that is now or a welcome guest that is now overstayed its welcome. Why did we not harvest all of the plant the first time? We had to do it in two? It doesn't make any sense, but I guess we'll plant some seeds because why not? But Sheltered, if only you had left 2 weeks ago when we still gave a shit about you and when we were still friends. We could have parted on the great terms, but now? No, now we're not. We're going to part on bad terms now. If you've overstayed, you're welcome. That's it. I'm done. If you enjoyed Sheltered in the series and are interested in seeing what's going to replace it, minor spoiler, it's going to be RimWorld, which is what Sheltered wants to be when it grows up. Like to catch those, you might drop a like down in the comment section on this video and make sure to like the first episode of RimWorld, the replacement. I'm really looking forward to it. We did some streams on RimWorld, had a lot of fun. That is, like I said, what Sheltered really wants to be when it grows up. RimWorld is vastly more dynamic. And we'll be beginning that next. This probably will go, I think, first episode of RimWorld will go up on a Friday. So if you want to catch that, you might subscribe. Thanks very much for watching right now, though. Say adieu to House Cleaver. And cruelly sharp are their words. Cruelly sharp was their victory. The apocalypse is the Cleaver's bitch. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon on the RimWorld.